So Rasik, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, so let us start. So can you just introduce your path till here from your from your MBBS times? Where did you study? Where were you?
So I'm basically from Chennai, ma'am. I did my schooling in Chennai, and I did my undergraduation from Madras Medical College.
Yeah.
And then after brief preparation period, I joined my master's from Madurai Medical College.
Okay.
I graduated there in 2023. Then I came back to Madras Medical College for 1 year of senior residency. Then I started my preparation 6 months back, and in the meanwhile, I was working in a corporate hospital under general surgery. At the same time, I used to go and assist the cardiothoracic cases, and then I went through the exam.
So these two colleges, Madras Medical College and Madurai Medical College, are my favorite colleges in Tamil Nadu. I have so many friends there. And when did you decide that you need to take cardiothoracic surgery?
Ma'am, cardiothoracic surgery was my passion since my undergraduation. Earlier, it was just the fame when I actually didn't know what cardiothoracic exactly was. Just like how everyone in my college, they were like, I'm going to take cardiology, I'm going to serve the people. And I had cardiothoracic similarly. But then during my internship, I actually went to the cardiothoracic ward. The final year and internship, that's when I went to the cardiothoracic ward and I saw the cases, cardiac cases, and the way they treat them, the way they evaluate them, that actually instilled the interest in me. So then during my masters, during the cardiothoracic postings, I got to experience a few elective and emergency cases. We had a lot of tracheal injuries, we had a lot of pulmonary lung injuries, cardiac injuries, stab injuries, and the way the cardiac surgeons handle the case in the preoperative, intraoperative, and also the postoperative period, and the surgical discipline that the surgeons had, that was more, I started liking it. It's not just because of the field, but the way the surgeons are there in the theater. They control the theater. They have everything under their control. The way they actually understand and they're able to manage the patient according to their needs. As when I was a general surgeon, I all I knew was I knew to operate, and the rest we left it to the control of the anesthetist. We tell them it's bleeding, they control the BP, and they put inotropes, they rush fluids and everything. I never knew what was happening on the head end of the patient. But only when I went into the cardiothoracic theater did I actually understand that the cardiothoracic surgeon is the only surgeon, the specialty in the surgical field who actually knew and were able to manage the patient as a whole. And that actually was very interesting. And then when I started assisting cases, and the interest grew in me. So I would say it started during undergraduation and the final year.
Okay. So you have worked in general surgery for almost a year after completion of MS. That's what you told, no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And for the last 6 months, you are working and learning, or you dedicated your entire time for preparation of this?
No, ma'am. I was working and learning.
Okay. So this practical experience you got from CTVS might have surely helped you for this exam, right?
Yeah, the interview questions, they were asking about the valve, they were asking about cardiopulmonary bypass, which even though I might have learned, they exactly asked me to describe the valve, which I don't think I didn't learn from the textbooks or anywhere. I thought that is something additional which I might learn later, but only because of the clinical experience I was able to describe the valve.
So when you started the preparation 6 months back, how did you start, or what was your plan in front of how to prepare for this?
I actually blindly started with Marrow. Even though I might have liked the cardiothoracic field, this is my second attempt. In fact, I wrote the last October exam, and I read through the textbooks alone. I thought just the textbooks would be sufficient, so I read through the textbooks. But I didn't, even though I learned all the hi-fi procedures and named procedures, I never understood the basic concept and physiology of cardiovascular system. the basics. That was the most lagging part in my first attempt. Then I went to Marrow. I watched all your videos right from in the same order that you had in the app. I started with the basics, started with the embryology, then the physiology. The same order I went, and by the end of the last video, I didn't know if my preparation was enough. But then once I finished and when I entered into the cardiac ICU, I was able to, feel that my preparation has actually paid off because I was able to understand what the cardiologist was telling. I was able to, when I went to the theater, I was able to understand what the cardiac anesthetist was talking about. I was able to see the cardiac TEE, and I was able to interpret some amount of it. I was able to read the angio. And that's when I understood. Okay, so I think I've done my preparation is in the right path. So the mostly it's an entire Marrow videos and some amount of general surgery videos from Marrow, because since I used to teach my medical officers and my PGs general surgery throughout during the period of my work. So I had the knowledge. I had retained some amount of general surgery, and that's it. I just went through Marrow, and some amount I got from textbooks.
Okay, so when you went through the Marrow videos, what was it you liked most? That's the content of the class, or the way of putting it the slides, or the time frame? Because most of the videos were not more than it is less than 1 hour only, no?
Yes,
short
yes,
video. So, and how did you watch those videos? Did you prepare your own notes from that, or did you take screenshots, or you recorded it to watched it multiple times? How was your preparation like?
I took my own notes, ma'am.
Okay.
I always have the practice of taking my own notes. I watched the videos. The main thing that was helpful to me was the way it was presented.
Okay.
For my way of learning, I always prefer a sequential manner. I like to start with the anatomy, then the physiology, then the pathology in the same order as the undergraduation learning curriculum. And that is exactly how I found in Marrow. And that made sure that I actually understood the subject rather than just putting out the facts and expecting me to just memorize everything.
Yeah.
I understood.
Surgery is physiology and anatomy. If you know the anatomy and if you understand the cardiac physiology, you can come out with whatever the great people have invented. And names are just whoever has invented either the institution name or the surgeon's name. But it's just all, if you know the anatomy well and if you understand the physiology behind it, cardiothoracic surgery is very simple. And technically, it's every man's everyday job. You can learn it by practice. Just understand the physiology only. You can manage the patient in the ICU also. What's happening with the patient, you have to understand the physiology before surgery as well as after surgery. Okay. And which topic, any topic in the exam which you felt which was not covered in Marrow?
There were few scoring systems which were given, ma'am. The Nakata scoring. I actually found that I don't know if it's just the exam part or I went ahead and then after the exams I learned about it. But I found that was extra. That especially the scoring part was very new to me. That was the first time I saw the name on the screen.
Okay.
Sort of at all.
Okay.
But the other thing is like it was like straightforward.
Okay. Almost all the questions were covered by the videos.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, do you suggest any further topics to be added? After seeing any video, you thought it would be better if I had some more explanations on this or one more video like this, because you are standing in the point of a student. We have been in this field for more than 10 years. So many topics which I feel less important or simple things which students know may not be as simple for you. So, so from a student's point, which part was difficult for you to understand, or would you like us to put another extra video on? Is there any topic like that?
I would say pharmacology, ma'am. because personally speaking, the most of the drugs which we use in cardiac pharmacology is some drugs we routinely use. We have used in general surgery, most of the inotropes. But even though we knew what the inotropes did, we most of times we just used it because our seniors told so.
Okay.
That is how we learned. And I think I felt that if we had more time spent on the pharmacology part of the cardiac surgery,
drugs.
yes, ma'am, cardiac drugs. I think it
You
would have been.
you didn't have a video on cardiac drugs, I suppose. You didn't have a video. Yeah.
No, there was a video. There was a video on cardiac drugs and vascular drugs,
Yeah.
and I thought it would be more, explanation in a more elaborate manner. That's what I felt. Even though they were sufficient, sometimes a few drugs are not able to actually understand the physiology part of it. Why it was happening.
You had questions on pharmacology?
Actually, no, ma'am. The first exam I had, but not in the April in ESS
session. Okay. So, how do you recommend Marrow to your juniors?
Absolutely, I've already suggested. I've told few of my DRP students who studied under me. I don't just go ahead, just blindly close your eyes and just go ahead and start your preparation with Marrow. Just go in the same order as they taught. I think you'll understand the subject first. Only then, whatever you read after that, it's just it just becomes a scaffold, and everything you add on to it is just building up on the basics. So I've already told most of my juniors. I would highly recommend Marrow for.
And this is your words are also a great inspiration for us. For me personally, as a tutor, as well as for our team, that our efforts are getting more fruitful response from the students. So wish you all the best. And I think you're going to join AIMS Delhi.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. AIMS Delhi.
Okay. So wonderful place, my alma mater, and I wish you all the best. And
thank you, ma'am.
Can contact me at any time.
Sure.
For your profession. Okay. So thank you so much, Rasik. And it is nice talking to you and nice to have known you. Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.